Once you find a comfortable spot on your back, if you like, you could place your hands on your belly, just letting the upper arms rest on the mat so the arms can relax. I just like to connect to the rhythm of the breath, the rise and the fall of the belly. Just feel the fingers slightly lift with the inhale and slightly fall with the exhale. Just noticing what it feels like to have the hands on the belly, that gentle weight and the warmth. Maybe that helps you to relax and soften your belly as you continue to breathe into the hands. And just take a couple more breaths here. Really using this time to bring your focus into your body and your breath. Reach your arms up by your ears, nice big stretch. Then hug the knees towards the chest and just take a rock side to side. And as you take that rock, just notice where you feel the weight in the back with the knees hugged in. And then come to stillness, place the hands on top of the knees and straighten your arms so you push the knees away from the chest. The heels can stay close to the body, and then just take the knees gently side to side. Just notice as you rock the knees, the pressure in the back is just different than when the knees are hooked into the chest. So maybe it's lower down. And start to take some circles with the knees. And take them the opposite direction. And then just come back to stillness and keep the knees bent, drop the feet to the mat. Press your right ankle over your left thigh and keep the left knee down to start. Arms can be wherever's comfortable, maybe to a T, and then just rock the knees gently side to side. And then bring the knees back to stillness. And if you like, hug your left thigh in towards your chest. then just unwind that, keep the knees bent and drop the feet back to the mat. And change sides, the left ankle over the right thigh. Keep the right foot down to start and take that little sway of the knees side to side. And you can stop the swaying with the knees, and if you'd like, hug your right thigh in towards your chest. And then unwind the legs, hug the knees back into the chest. Keep the knees bent, drop the feet to the mat, and just take a gentle bridge pose. Press into the feet, lift the hips, hold at the top just for a breath. And then lower the hips down, hug the knees back in. And if you'd like, come into a gentle happy baby. So maybe you're reaching for the backs of the knees if the feet don't feel accessible first thing. Maybe take a gentle sway side to side. And then if you're in happy baby, hug the knees back in towards the chest. And roll yourself up into a seated position. And just sit up nice and tall, comfortable cross-legged position with the legs. Take your chin towards your chest and roll the right ear to the right shoulder. And then take the chin to the chest, roll the left ear to the left shoulder. And then take the chin to the chest, lift the head up to neutral. Take some shoulder rolls up and back. And then take them the opposite direction. And then you can just place your hands next to your hips and take your legs out in front of you with the knees bent, feet flat. Feet can be wider than the hips here. And then drop the knees over to the right. You're kind of rolling off to the right side. And then bring them through center and drop them to the left. So just moving side to side here, just several times. Starting to get some movement in the hips. And then next time the knees are over to the right, you can pause there and turn your torso over to the right. You have some choices here, so you can stay upright, just extend the arms out. If you want, you can walk your hands forward in front of that right shin and come down maybe to the forearms. And then just walk the hands back, lift the chest, spin the torso and the knees through center, and then drop the knees over to the other side. Again, torso can stay up, or you can walk the hands forward, maybe dropping down to the forearms. drop the hands back, lift the chest, spin torso and knees through center, and you can make your way up into tabletop. Once you're there, just start to take any movement that feels good this morning. Cat-cow, maybe a wiggle of the hips. Maybe taking it to child's pose. And then when you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your hips, come into down dog and just take some breaths there and find some more movements. And drop your knees to the mat, take your hips to your heels, come into a child's pose. And then make your way back up into down dog. We'll make it a slightly shorter down dog. So walk your feet towards your hands, one footprint. And then walk your hands and your feet out to the long edges of the mat. So a short, wide down dog. And then if you want, you can just stay there, or you can reach the right hand under the body for the outside of the left thigh or calf, looking under the left armpit. And then return the right hand back to the long edge of the mat and reach the left arm under. And then return that hand to the mat. Just come back to your regular down dog stance if you need to shift your hands and your feet just a little bit. And then walk your feet forward to your hands forward fold at the top of the mat. On your inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to standing, reach up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, go straight to downward facing dog. Just hold that down dog. Feel the rooting of the hands, the opposing lift of the hips, so you feel that nice elongation of the spine. And then walk your feet forward to your hands, forward fold top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, nice fluid movement. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Take an inhale and plank. Exhale, drop your knees lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra, lift head and shoulders. Exhale, lower down, press through tabletop to downward facing dog. And just hold your down dog. feet forward to your hands, forward fold top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale for chair. Exhale, fold forward, straighten your legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, go straight to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, straighten the legs, square off the hip. Exhale, foot by the right thumb, back heel down. Inhale, warrior one, touch your palms overhead. Exhale, hands frame the foot straight to down dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, straighten the legs, square off the hip. Exhale, foot by the left thumb, back heel down. Inhale, warrior one, watch your palms touch. Exhale, hands frame the foot back to down dog and just hold there. And walk your feet forward to your hands, forward fold top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sit back for chair, reach your arms up. Exhale, come to standing, straighten the legs, hands to the heart. Inhale, sit back for chair. Exhale, fold forward, straighten your legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, straight to down dog. Inhale, take your right leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. This time you have a couple breaths right there. Maybe you circle the ankle or the knee. And then straighten the legs, square off the hip. Bring the foot by the right thumb, spin the back heel down. Come into warrior one. Holding warrior one for a couple breaths. So arms by the ears. If you like palms touching, you can touch the palms overhead. And then take one more inhale there. Exhale, hands frame the foot, step yourself back to plank. Take an inhale there in plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra or up dog, your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then take your left leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip, take a little bit of movement. And then straighten the legs, square off the hip, bring the foot next to the left thumb, spin the back heel down, warrior one. Arms by the ears, maybe palms touch overhead. Take one more inhale there. Exhale, hands frame the foot, step to plank. Take an inhale and plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then walk your feet forward to your hands, forward fold top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sit back for chair. Exhale, come to standing, straighten the legs, hands to the heart. And then sit yourself back for chair again, just a slightly longer hold here. And then hug your right knee in towards your chest. And slowly sneak your right foot back so you're in crescent, you're on the ball of your right foot. Drop your hands down to the mat so you're in a lunge with your back knee lifted. Take a couple breaths right there. And then just drop your back knee down to the mat so you're in a low lunge. Just keep your hands down. And then tuck the back toes, lift the back knee so you're back in that lunge, and come up into crescent, reach your arms up by your ears. I totally just fell over. Once you're in crescent, bring your hands to your heart and hinge yourself forward into warrior three. Lift that right leg up. From warrior three, start to lift your chest, hug your right knee in towards your chest, so you're standing upright. And then bend your left knee, your standing leg, and drop your right foot back into chair. Reach your arms up by your ears. Just take a moment right there. And then straighten the legs, come to standing, bring the hands down to the heart. And then sit back to chair again, hold there. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. And then take that left foot back into crescent so you're on the ball of your left foot. Take your hands down to the mat so you're in a lunge with your back knee lifted, hold there. And then drop your back knee down to the mat so you're in a low lunge. And then tuck the back toes, lift the back knee so you're back in a lunge. And come up into crescent, reach your arms up by your ears. Draw your hands down to your heart and slowly hinge forward, warrior three. And then start to lift the torso, hug the left knee in towards your chest. Bend your right knee, your standing leg, and then drop your left foot to meet your right foot. Come into chair, reach your arms by your ears. Take a breath there. And then come to standing, straighten the legs, bring the hands to the heart. And then sit back to chair again. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. And then take that right foot back into crescent. You're on the ball of your right foot. Spin your right heel down, come into warrior two. Take your arms out to a T. And then reverse warrior, left arm up and back. And back to warrior two. Straighten your left leg. Bring your hands to your hips and spin your feet parallel so your toes are spinning to the right long edge of your mat. Take an inhale, lift your chest. And on the exhale, hinge from the hips. Fold yourself forward into a wide-legged forward fold. And you can keep your hands under your shoulders. You can walk them back towards the feet so you're hinging forward a little more, your choice. And then walk your hands under your shoulders, lengthen your chest forward. Walk your hands to the left, all the way back to the front of your mat so you're in a lunge. And then just sit back to downward facing dog. And walk your feet forward to your hands, forward fold front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. And then sit back for chair again. Hug your left knee in towards your chest. And then take your left foot back into crescent. You're on the ball of your left foot. Spin that left heel down, come into warrior two, arms to a T. And then reverse it, right arm up and back. And then back to warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your right leg, and then spin your feet parallel so they're facing the long left edge of your mat. Take an inhale, lift your chest. And the exhale, hinge from the hips. Fold forward again, standing forward, fold. Hands can be on the mat. Maybe this time you hook your peace sign fingers to your big toes if you like that option. If you have the fingers on the big toes, just release them, walk your hands forward under your shoulders, and then walk your hands to the right to frame your front foot and make your way back to downward facing dog. And then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, come into warrior two. Isn't it nice to come there, not from chair pose? And then straighten your right leg, reach forward, come into triangle pose. And then come back up to warrior two. We're gonna hinge into half moon, but we're gonna hover the right hand. So start to lean the torso forward, maybe walk your left foot in a little bit, stay upright, and then take your time as you hinge forward. Left leg will lift, that right hand is gonna stay hovering. And then nice and easy back to your warrior two. Bend your right knee, softly put your left foot down. And then cartwheel your hands down to frame your front foot, vinyasa or skip it, meeting in downward facing dog. Just take a couple easy breaths there. And then take the left leg up the back. Bring the foot between the hands and the back heel down. Warrior two. And then straighten the left leg, start to reach forward, hinge into triangle pose. Press into both feet back to warrior two. Take your time coming into that half moon with the hand hover. So maybe you walk your right foot in a little bit and then start to tilt the torso forward as you lift the right leg up. And you don't have to go super far. You can stay a little more upright. Feel like you have more control there. Nice and easy back into your warrior two. Good, nice transitions. Cartwheel your hands down, vinyasa or downward facing dog. And then drop your knees, come into child's pose. Just enjoy the stillness of this pose. And then come up to tabletop. So just bring your shoulders over your wrists, hips over knees, and then keep the hips where they are. Just walk your hands towards the front of the mat and melt your forehead and your heart down to the puppy. Then walk the hands back under the shoulders just briefly. And then walk your hands forward, one hand print. So you have a slightly longer tabletop. Draw your hips forward for modified plank. And then lower yourself all the way down to your belly. Once you're there, take your elbows and your fingertips out wide so your fingers are under your elbows. And then press into the fingertip, lift the head and the shoulders. And then lower the head and shoulders down. Take the arms either by the sides or you can interlace the fingers behind the back if you want to take a clasp. And then just lift everything up for locust pose. And then lower that down, take the hands by the sides of the rib cage, press through tabletop to downward facing dog. And then take your right leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip. You can stay right there. If you want to drop into wild thing, drop the ball of the right foot behind you, reach the right arm up by the ear. Just take a breath there. And then make your way back into three-legged dog. Bring your right knee to your left elbow and extend that leg out so you're on the outer edge of your right foot. If you want, left arm can reach up for a breath. And then bring the left hand back to the mat, right leg up and back, three-legged dog. And then bring the foot between the hands, stay on the ball of the back foot, come up into crescent, reach your arms up by your ears. And then take your torso to the right for a twist and arms to a T. And then if you'd like, you can reverse that, left arm up and back, right hand to left thigh. If you reverse it, just come upright, arms back to a T. And then everyone spin back to crescent, torso forward, arms by the ears. Just take your hands down, frame your front foot, go straight to downward facing dog. Give 2 breaths in down dog. And then take the left leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip. You can stay there or drop that foot behind you for wild thing. Take a breath there. And then spin back to three-legged dog. Take your left knee to your right elbow. Extend that leg out so you're on the outer edge of the left foot. If you want, right arm reaches up. And then bring the right hand to the mat. Take the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. And then bring the foot between the hands and come up into crescent. Reach your arms up by your ears. And then twist your torso to the left. Take your arms to a T. And if you want, reverse it, right arm up and back, left hand to back calf. If you reverse it, come up right, arms to a T. And then everyone back to crescent, torso forward, arms by the ears. Take your hands down, frame your front foot, go straight to downward facing dog. 2 breaths there. And walk your hands and your feet towards each other, forward fold at the center of your mat. Walk your feet wider than your hips, spin your heels in, toes out, and bend your knees, come into Malasana squat. You can sit on a block here if you would like. And then you're welcome to stay right here in the squat. If you want to come into crow, which we haven't done in forever, you can bring your hands to the mat, lift the hips, take the knees to the armpits, bend the elbows to the back of the mat, look forward, maybe lean forward so the feet start to lift. What? Those are amazing. Lori, I saw that. You caught some air. Come back to your squat. Bring your hands to your heart. And then take your hands to the mat, straighten the legs, lift the hips, walk your feet hips distance and parallel. And then make your way into downward facing dog. And drop your knees, come into child's pose. And then come up through tabletop, just so you can come back to seated in the center of your mat and take your legs out in front of you. So you can start with hands behind the thighs here, coming into boat pose. Sorry, I wasn't very clear. You thought we were relaxing. You got one more thing here. So boat pose, hands can stay there. You can interlace the fingers and make the little gun with the pointer fingers forward. Take an inhale there. And exhale, twist your torso to the right. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Release the clasp if you have it. Lower the feet down to the mat. If you need to scoot yourself forward, you can. And then roll all the way back to your back. And just hug your knees towards your chest when you land. Maybe take a little rock side to side. And then come to stillness, keep the right knee in, extend the left leg onto the mat. And if you'd like, you could straighten your right leg, hands behind that right thigh, or maybe peace sign fingers to big toe. Or if you have a strap, easily accessible, strap around the ball of the foot. And if the right leg is straight, just rebend it, hug it towards the chest. Bring your left knee to meet it and change sides, straighten the right leg out. And if you want, straightening that left leg, taking whatever variation that you took on the first side. And then if the left leg is straight, just rebend it. Bring your right knee to meet your left knee. So both knees are hugged in towards the chest. And then cross your right thigh over your left thigh. So thighs are crossed. Hands can go behind the thighs to hug them towards the chest, or maybe hands go to outer edges of the feet. And then just unwind all of that and change sides, left thigh over right. And then unwind that, hug your knees towards your chest. Take your arms to a T or cactus, and then drop the legs over to the right for a simple twist. And then draw the legs up through center, take them over to the other side. And then come back up to center. Take happy baby one more time. Just observing how this happy baby feels compared to that first one that you took. And then release that, hug your knees towards your chest, give yourself a hug. And then find your way into Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles and wrists. Reach your arms by your ears, nice big stretch. And roll off to one side, pause there, eyes closed. You deserve to be at peace. Do whatever it takes to get you there. Press into your top hand, make your way up to a comfortable seat, eyes closed, hands at the heart. Take an inhale through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. and go out and have a beautiful day. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.